Good morning, evening and afternoon, Britain. I'm Ollie here with Gabriel and we're here to do the BBC School Report 2014. We're here to bring you the latest news and coming up on the school report.
Malaysian Airlines is running out of time to locate the wreckage of the MH370 airplane.
UK's teachers go across on strike.
Students at St Dunstan's make preparations to go on a trip to Germany.
Glastonbury Festival approaches. A new album is released and we take a look at some of the best music recently.
And finally, Eli gives us an update on recent sporting events. So, just how much can we trust our planes?
That's one question that's been thrown about a lot recently, especially with the recent MH370 crash.
The Malaysian Airlines plane took off early on Saturday, the 8th of March, and just an hour later, air traffic control lost contact with the plane and it wasn't heard from again.
Nobody's exactly sure what happened yet, but many people have their own opinions. We're handing over to Christiana, who's with Miss Mitchell, who will tell us what she thinks of the disappearance.
Thank you, Gabriel. I'm here with Miss Mitchell today, who's a St Dunstan's teacher. I'm sure you've heard about the Malaysian aircraft that disappeared recently, haven't you?
I have, yes, and I've been watching BBC News and going on the website regularly to find out the update.
So how do you feel about the way the situation has been handled?
I feel very, very sorry about the situation. I feel very sorry for the families and everyone involved. I don't think they could have handled it much better. You know, they're doing the best they can, and we have to respect that.
Okay, thank you. Great, thanks for your time. Let's hand over to Gabriel now.
Thank you, Christiana. Some speculations circulate around the fact that two of the passengers appeared to have stolen passports. The plane also may have turned back, and searches are now being pointed at the southern Indian Ocean.
The searches are direct and finding the voice box in the plane, which can tell us more about what happened.
Unfortunately, this device gets destroyed 30 days after hitting the water, and the search efforts have a week left to find the box. Families are starting to get impatient.
Well, let's hope they can find the wreckage then. Now handing over to Molly and Ben with the news on the teacher strike.
Hello and welcome to the BBC News Report. Thanks guys for the report on the plane.
This is Ben.
And this is Molly.
Yesterday teachers across England and Wales were on strike.
They're campaigning for fair pay and good working conditions.
Only teachers in the National Union for Teachers went on strike.
Thousands of schools were affected and our school was no different. We interviewed staff, students and teachers to see what they thought about it all.
We got a range of answers, including both for and against the cause.
Some staff thought it was unfair on families, and they had to look after their children and had to take days off and holiday instead of being in work and earning money for their families.
But everybody we interviewed agreed that they did not agree with performance-related pay.
This means that that teachers are being judged on students' grades and not how full a person they come out of school as.
Another issue raised was the change in pensions. Many thought they deserved what they had originally been promised, but now are not getting.
But they all realised that there's only so much money in the country, but just wondered if there were short-term measures available.
We interviewed our head teacher to see what he thought.
Hello, Mr. Griffiths, and welcome, and thank you for your time.
No problem.
Okay, our first question is, what do you think about the principle of striking?
Oh, I totally support it. I think that the right of people where they feel that there's injustice or that there's a particular issue that they've got, sometimes as a lone voice they aren't going to be heard, and I think that the right to strike for people maybe who are not in a position to normally make decisions is really important to maintain and have.
Okay.
Do you agree with the reasons behind the strike?
I can understand the reasons behind the strike because despite the criticisms about the length of teachers' holidays, etc., the working week is very long for teachers and very stressful. It's a very creative job, so it's not something that somebody could just sit and do week in, week out, because that's repetitive. It is a very stressful job, so I can understand why people are protesting against teachers' conditions and the change to them. Particularly the one where teachers have to work till, say, 67. I don't know how you would feel about 67-year-old teachers and how energetic they might be at that age, you know, in terms of teaching you. I think that's too long.
So why did you decide to keep the school open?
The thing is with strike action with schools is that I think that it causes a great deal of disruption to parents and childcare, particularly of your age group, your minors, and I think that I think it can create quite a lot of ill feeling and doesn't necessarily, in teachers' cases, support their causes. I think it alienates parents and the public because of the inconvenience that it causes.
Okay,
Okay, thank you very much.
back to us in the studio.
Over to Neve and Grace for the Hamlin report.
Thank Ben and Molly for the great report on the teacher strike. Now I'm going to interview Jack Bilsborough about the Germany trip. Are you excited about going to Germany?
Yeah, I'm really excited. I've never been to Germany before, so it should be really fun.
Are any of your friends going to Germany?
I think most of my friends go to Germany, so yeah, it'll be really good.
Do you think you're going to get tired because it is a very full packed schedule?
I think I will get really tired, yeah, but it'll be worth it in the end. It'll be really fun.
What are you most excited about the trip?
There's this like on the ground bobsledding thing that someone's made, and it's like a little course, and it looks really fun to do.
Other than the planned activities, what are you most looking forward to?
We go to this like massive rocky like hill place that kind of walk around it, and that looks quite interesting. So yeah.
Have you ever been abroad before?
I've only ever been to France before, so going to another country should be good.
Was that with the school?
Yes, it was. It was in year 7.
Okay, thank you, Jack. Over to Neve, who's going to interview Miss Ratcliffe.
Thank you for that report, Grace. Now I have Miss Ratcliffe, one of the teachers going on the German trip. Hello, Miss Ratcliffe.
Hello, Neve.
Have you ever been to Germany before?
I lived in Germany for a year, so yes, I have been to Germany before.
Oh, yeah. Have you ever been on any exchanges or trips when you were younger?
I never got the opportunity to go on any trips or exchanges when I was at school, so that's why I think it's important for the students here to get the opportunity that I never did.
Yeah. Is German the only subject that you teach?
I don't just teach German, I teach geography and French as well, so it's a nice variation in the day.
Are you looking forward to this trip then?
Yes, very much so. We've got lots of fun activities planned, and the students are really looking forward to it. So yes, I am looking forward to it as well.
So yeah, thank you, Miss Ratcliffe. I hope you have a lovely time in Germany.
In music news this week, we have the top 10 playlist from Kiss FM, Kerrang, and the new album from My Chemical Romance, and music news for Glastonbury Festival 2014.
First up, this is the top 10 playlist from Kiss FM. At 10, I Need Your Love by Calvin Harris and Ellie Goulding. At 9, Beneath You're Beautiful by Labyrinth and Emily Sandé. At 8, So Good to Me by Chris Malinchak. At 7, Close Enemies by Example. At 6, Turn Up the Love by Far East Movement and Cover Drive. At 5, Waiting All Night by Rudimental and Ella Eyre. At 4, Troublemaker by Ollie Murs and Flo Rida. At 3, Good Time by Owl City and Carly Rae Jepsen. At 2, Feel the Love by Rudimental and John Newman. And at 1, Hold On We're Going Home by Drake.
Thank you, Emma. In other news, last year on Friday night, March 22nd, 2013, My Chemical Romance, an alternative band made up of 6 male musicians, Gerard Way, Frank Lero, Ray Toro, Mikey Way, Matt Policia, Bob Bryan, announced the band's breakup after a dozen years and 4 studio albums. The Rockers announced the split via a brief post on their website, writing, "It has come time for it to end." My Chemical Romance fans are broken up by the band's reveal that they were going their separate ways. However, 3 days ago, on March 24th, 2014, they released a final album, Complication, of the boys' band's greatest hits, called May Death Never Stop You. This album features award-winning songs such as Helena and I'm Not Okay, I Promise. Now over to Glastonbury Festival news.
Glastonbury Festival 2014. Michael Levis hosted the first festival, then called Pilton Festival. After seeing an open-air Led Zeppelin concert in the 1970 Bath Festival of Blues and Progressive Music. 14 people invested everything they had to build the stage. Michael Eavis was also inspired to create a house under his name, which is called Eavis House, which is the greenhouse and the house I am in. Confirmed at Glastonbury 2014 acts so far, we have Arcade Fire, Dolly Parton, Lily Allen, Disclosure, Blondie and the Black Keys. Glastonbury Festival will be held at Worthy Farm, Pilton, at Wednesday the 25th till Sunday the 29th of June.
Now over to Eli for the sport news.
Oh, hello. I'm Eli and you join me here for your daily catch-up and all of the latest football action. With only 77 days to go until the World Cup finals in Brazil. See today's World Cup clip on the BBC Sport website with North Korea upsetting Italy. With more footballing news, there is talk about the Nations League, which is a new European competition starting in 2018. The League of Nations competition intended as a third major tournament for European countries after the World Cup and European Championship has been given the go-ahead by UEFA. For any more sports news, go to www.bbcsport.co.uk. Now back to Ollie and Gabriel in the studio.
Thank you, Eli.
Yes, that was a very good insight into football.
Hope you guys have enjoyed this school report 2014 St Dunstan School. Check out for the 2015 one, and goodbye.